On the navigation pane, scroll down to the Actions section and locate Patch Manager and click Patch Manager. Now look over on the right, just under the Configure Patching button, it says Not Ready to Configure Patching, followed by a link to Default Patch Baselines. Go ahead and click on that link, please. Now here, it gives us a list of patch baselines organized by operating system. We are using Amazon Linux, so let's scroll down one screen until we get to the patch baseline named AWS-Amazon Linux Default Patch Baseline. There it is, right there. Okay, now go ahead, please, and click on the baseline ID for that, which starts with PB. Now click on the Approval Rules tab. Approval rules control when a patch may be installed. In this baseline, for patches classified as security or bug fix related, the auto approval delay is 7 days. This means 7 days after a security or bug fix patch is released, Patch Manager may install it. It will not install the patch before that. In a moment, we're going to apply this patch baseline to our instances, but by the way, if you don't like this particular baseline, you can create your own custom baseline. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and hit the back button on our browser. Go ahead and click the Create Patch Baseline button. We're going to call this one Amazon Linux Security Updates. Now click in the operating system dropdown and you can select the operating system that this baseline should apply to. For us, we're going to select Amazon Linux right here. Next, scroll down to Approval Rules. And this is where you can specify the custom rules that you want. In the product dropdown right here, you can select all, or you can select a specific version of Amazon Linux. If I click all here, you'll see it gives us a little error. I'm going to go ahead and do it again. And there we go. That's just a fluke in the UI, but what you want to see is this all right down here underneath the dropdown. Now under classification, let's check that dropdown and let's click on security. There we go. And notice here over on the right, we can specify an auto approval delay. If you want security patches to get approved immediately, you can set an auto approval delay of 0 days. For compliance reporting, we can optionally specify a level. We can just set this to high. And now let's scroll all the way to the bottom and then click the Create Patch Baseline button. And it says Create Patch Baseline Request Succeeded. Let's click the View Details button. And there is our baseline. Now go ahead and click on the Approval Rules tab. And there is the one rule that we set. Pretty straightforward. Now finally, if you want to set this as the default baseline for Amazon Linux, then click the Actions button right here. And then click Set Default Patch Baseline. I'm not going to do this because we're not going to use this. We are going to use the default baseline Amazon has created for Amazon Linux, but I did want to at least show you how to create a custom one in case you ever want to use it. Now, before we configure Patch Manager using the pre-configured baseline, I want to show you something that's going to make our job a little bit easier. Up in the navigation bar at the top, click on Resource Groups, and then click Tag Editor. A lot of what we'll be doing with Systems Manager will take advantage of resource tags. Resource tagging is a basic AWS concept, so I haven't said much about it, but in this clip, there is one resource tag in particular that's going to come in very handy for us. Under Resource Type, click in the drop-down, and then type AWS :EC2 : instance, and then go ahead and select that. And now let's scroll down all the way to the bottom. Click the Search Resources button, which I have now here at the top. And we've got our two instances. Now at this time, I would like to point out that I have terminated the instances that autoscaling created earlier in the course. Autoscaling has created new ones. Those are the ones you see here, and I have not done anything with them. If you've been following along, you do not need to terminate your instances. Everything will work just fine. I just wanted to point this out so you wouldn't wonder why the instance IDs changed. Okay, so what's the big deal with these two instances? Well, it's this. Look over on the right under the tags column. It's got the number 6 in a nice blue circle. Go ahead and click either one of those. This is going to show us the tags assigned to this instance. Let's expand system tags. And look at this. AWS has automatically assigned tags to our instances. Look at what these tags are. CloudFormation automatically created some of them. The one that's going to be most useful to us is the tag with the key AWS CloudFormation stack name and the value of auto-scaling-production. Now keep these in mind because we're going to use this tag to identify the instances in our auto-scaling group when we configure AWS Systems Manager to patch them. Let's go ahead and close this. All right, in the next clip, we'll configure Patch Manager to scan our instances for patches.